Hey guys, it's August 22nd and we're doing some digging. We're going to talk today about soil layers. So I just want to dig down in this a little bit and show you guys where we're at. You can see right there, I'm getting into some really hard stuff. I think that's a sandstone, and sandstone was used in a lot of the churches and government buildings and stuff like that around New Brunswick. And I think this was mined off of our property at one time before we bought this place, because we have several gravel pits and several depressions around our land where we think this stuff was mined. So what this tells me, now that I'm down into this, and more of this type of material is cropping up here at the bottom of my hole. You can see it over here now, where I'm, there. So I think I'm now into what's called this, I think the sea substrate layer or the weathered rock layer in our soil. So briefly to discuss soil layers, from what I understand, at the top of your land or whatever, you would have the O layer if you have a lot of material that's breaking down, like leaves and, you know, living things, stuff like that. As that breaks down, it creates a humus on the top layer, which would be like your really dark, nice earth that you'd find, say, under a pile of rotten leaves. That would be called your O substrate. Here, there's no O substrate. We're missing it completely. Underneath that is your A substrate layer, and your A layer is your topsoil. And we also don't have any topsoil from the looks of it here. What it seems like we went straight into digging as we come into here is clay. And I'll just take a little slice down through. You can see there's no color variance here. I'm just doing that so we can get to some layers there that haven't been out in the sun for a few days. And there. And it's a fairly uniform color coming all the way down that crack. A little bit of different coloration there. But pretty much right from the very start coming down appears to be clay. As a little bit of an experiment, we took some of it off the sidewall here and just put a bit of water on it and started making a string with it. And you can see I can get that a few inches long, it seems like, before it starts to break. And let me see here how long we can get this, Leo. That to me says we've got a heavy clay soil in our dirt here. We started this hoping maybe we'd strike water and have a little bit of a well, because our pasture is just over there. And what I've noticed on the land features is that about 15 feet over there where the pasture is, the land raises maybe a foot or so up and then comes and levels off for the pasture. I think that might be what remains of topsoil that's over there, which is probably why that still is sort of a pasture-like land and still grows okay. Over here, sadly, I think machinery came through at one time and just scraped all of this. And that's why when you look around there quickly with the camera, Leo, and hold it up a little bit high above your head, you'll see all the trees are small out here. There's nothing large that's been growing, because I think they're either trees that are struggling to grow and don't have a very good soil to grow in, or it was because this was all scraped off, probably both. And this is just what's grown back in the last 20, 30 years or whatever it's been since this was done. So sadly, excavators, I think, made a real mess of this place in here. Good stuff for making mud balls. But beyond that, we'll have a mud ball fight later, Leo. But beyond that, yeah, we've got really, really poor soil. Now, I don't think I'm going to be rehabbing this a whole lot, but definitely over on our pasture, we have to make sure that we can maintain the soil quality there. And in order to break up clay, because now we know that we have heavy clay underneath our topsoil, I think I'm going to start looking into, I'd rather not till stuff. I don't have the stuff anyways to like put a till in the earth and haul it, or a plow, sorry. And so I think I'm going to look into something called like tiller radish, or some kind of a cover crop that has a real thick root on it. And we'll go down and we'll penetrate the clay and break it up some.
Yeah, but I think we're going to wrap up this video. Bye.
Yeah, okay.